Greetings everybody and welcome to Madrid Ball. Today we will discuss the top 5 players of the La Liga season 2019-20 for Madrid who were instrumental in winning us the La Liga title. I recently had uploaded a video in which I had discussed the crunch matches, victories in which ensured the La Liga came back to Madrid, and if you haven't watched it, where have you been? If you have missed it, I have attached the link of that video in the description below, but moving forward, let us have a look at the top 5 players of the season for Real Madrid. There have been some honorable mentions as well in the end, so don't you worry, I will give credit where credit is due. So without further ado, at number 5, we have the master of our midfield, Toni Kroos. Toni Kroos, I always feel, is a bit underrated. The passing accuracy, the consistency in performance that he shows match in, match out is a bit underappreciated. And not only that, the composure that he brings in the middle of the park is very important. And we have also seen at times when the midfield doesn't function the way Zidane desires, Kroos is the man to whom Zidane turns. Zidane has used him a lot this season, and sometimes when he has been on the bench, Zidane has used him as a substitute, has brought him on in the final minutes to see out games, and that is how talented and consistent Kroos has been this season. As you can see here, he has played 31 La Liga matches for 2,656 minutes and has contributed 4 goals and 5 assists. But the most admirable figure here is the passing accuracy, which stands at 93.5%, and that is by no means an easy task. Toni Kroos has been at the center of things in the midfield since he joined us in 2014, and he continues to put up good performances season in, season out, and what a gem of a signing he has been for us. So for all his contributions this season, he will be placed at number 5. Moving on to the 4th best player, I will go with Carlos Casemiro. Yes, the finest defensive midfielder in the world. Casemiro has played a very big part in our success this season. He has played 35 matches, playing 3,091 minutes, and that is a lot of minutes on the pitch. He scored 4 goals and assisted 3, and the goal in the match against Espanyol is fresh in our memory, in which he received a stunning backheel assist from Benzema, which he comfortably put past the keeper. But talking about Casemiro, he offers more than goals and assists. His influence just operating in front of the defense is huge. He will win you tackles, he will win you headers, he will break plays preventing the shift of momentum in the opposition's favour, and works hard in the middle of the pitch adding extra defensive cover. He has been vital to Real Madrid having such a good defensive record at the end of the season. He gives his 100%, he stays fit, and his importance is even more considering that we do not have appropriate backup in his position. So he has done well to be available for Zidane from time to time and had 3 man-of-the-match performances. His physicality and reading of the game is brilliant, and when we dive further into his defensive stat, he sits second in tackles per game, while no midfielder has more clearances all season. The opposition players and managers are often frustrated seeing Casemiro show up in the right places at the right time to break down attacks, and for this reason, this 28-year-old gentleman gets the 4th spot in this ranking. Moving on to the player holding the 3rd spot, it's one of our Belgian players, and yes, you may have guessed it, it's none other but our solid wall, Thibaut Courtois. I'm really happy seeing Courtois doing well in Real Madrid shirt. As we all know, Courtois had a very hostile beginning to his Real Madrid career. At times he was mocked by our fierce rivals, at times he was even booed by his own fans. But the giant wall continued fighting against all the criticism with humility and played a massive role in clinching the La Liga title. Life at Madrid has been harsh for Courtois, and he was brought in to replace another top-quality keeper, Keylor Navas. But Courtois recovered from all the uncertainties and delivered in crunch situations. He made 34 appearances this campaign and was crucial as he made some big saves in important matches, which include saves in the goalless draw against his former club Atletico Madrid, in the 2-0 victory against Barcelona back in March, and he also contributed in the opposition area, winning a header from a corner against Valencia in the penalty area, which led to Benzema's equalizer. There were also times in this season where Madrid was struggling to see out games towards the latter stages of the matches, and the opposition was on top. That time, Thibaut Courtois made some sublime saves, keeping our lead intact and ensuring we came out of those matches with all 3 points. He is also the first Madrid keeper to win the Zamora Trophy for La Liga's best goalkeeper, since Iker Casillas won it in 2007-8 season 12 years ago. Thumbs up to the Belgian for showing great character in the face of such criticism and emerging from it as a champion, and that is why he grabs the number 3 spot. Now moving on to the top 2 players. Those players, as we all know, are Karim Benzema and Sergio Ramos. Now I personally don't want to rank them because I just cannot split them. Both have been superb this season. Benzema in attack, Ramos, as we know, both defensive wise and attacking wise. Adding to that, Benzema also won the Real Madrid Player of the Season award. But in my eyes, please do not take any offense, both Benzema and Ramos are number one, and I'll tell you exactly why. First, coming to Benzema. Benzema has been no doubt Real Madrid's primary attacking outlet this season. He has been our outstanding attacker, especially when we compare the goals output with the rest of the attackers. Benzema stands head and shoulders apart. He has been outstanding this season, has racked up 36 appearances and has got 21 goals and 8 assists this season. Benzema, as we know, is more than just goals. His overall game is very important as well when we see Madrid playing in full swing, and he has been very close to winning the Pichichi from Leo Messi this season. That is how good the 32-year-old Frenchman has been. With Eden Hazard out due to injury and with some very young inexperienced attackers alongside him, Benzema took the goal-scoring responsibility and thrived under pressure. After the departure of Cristiano Ronaldo, Benzema has lacked an attacking partner who would be by his side game in, game out. This year, Zidane has played few different players on the wings, partnering Benzema, and as we know, it is very difficult to predict what kind of team Zidane would choose, but Benzema was ever present and combined well with all the attackers, be it Vinicius, Rodrigo, Hazard, and towards the latter stages of the season, Asensio as well. The Frenchman has produced all sorts of goals, be it headers, be it penalties, long-range screamers, accurate volleys. He has done it all. He was the focal point of our attack, and his physical prowess led to him playing more minutes than any other Real Madrid player this season. He was on the pitch for a combined 3,155 minutes in La Liga. Benzema, in the process, also overcame the record of legendary Franz Puskas and now holds the status of the 5th highest goalscorer for Los Blancos, and therefore he gets the number 1 spot. And now coming to the other player, and he is our captain, our favorite defender who also seems to have the soul of an attacker. It's Sergio Ramos. Ramos has led his side with his leadership qualities and energy on the pitch to yet another La Liga title, and he grabs his 2nd La Liga title as the captain. He was at the heart of Real Madrid's defense alongside Rafael Varane and boasts a slick and tidy defensive record at the end of the season. Ramos has led Real from the front. His character, his qualities are not just important on the pitch, but also off the pitch. He's a player with so much caliber, so many trophies, and is always an inspiration for the other players in the squad. This season, he has not only been important at the back, but up front he is Real Madrid's 2nd highest goal scorer, only behind Benzema. He has scored some match-winning penalties. His penalties against Getafe and Atletico Bilbao were both match winners, and Ramos has delivered under massive pressure. When all the eyes were on him, he is the kind of player that just thrives under high-pressure circumstances. In the process of scoring 11 goals this season, he became La Liga's top-scoring defender with his current tally at 71. He also has more than 3,000 minutes under his belt this season, making 35 appearances in La Liga, and our captain Sergio Ramos added another trophy to his illustrious career. This season at times, I was really impressed with the way he was always willing to start attack, join attacking plays, and sometimes he ended up with the goals as well. We saw him in the match against Eibar. He started the attack from the back, passed it to Benzema, who further passed it to Hazard, and Hazard just laid it on a plate for Ramos in the end. It was simple tap and goal, but you have to make the effort. You have to have the desire to go forward and anticipate the ball will fall for you in the goal-scoring position. And that is why I say he is a defender with the soul of an attacker. And those are the reasons why I give him the joint number 1 spot along with Benzema. Both were outstanding this season. Now moving on to the other players who deserve recognition as well. I'll start with Fede Valverde. The youngster had a good season in the middle. He brought a lot of energy to the midfield and some great performances in big matches, and certainly looks like a player for the present as well for the future for Real Madrid. Before the lockdown, he was at times the best midfielder of the team, and as I have said in my earlier videos, in a midfield that was full of quality but was underperforming, Valverde was shining the brightest. Post-lockdown, he wasn't that assertive. He was tried by Zidane in different positions with different tactics, but he was overshadowed by the brilliance of Luka Modric, coming to whom the former Ballon d'Or winner was easily the best midfielder post-lockdown. He was energized and rejuvenated due to the break in football. He was effortlessly going past players and was the creative spark in the midfield. I have already praised him a lot before, and hence we are going to move on to another very underrated star, Rafael Varane. He, along with Ramos, was solid at the back. He is not the kind of defender whom you will see shouting at the team, showing his emotions on the pitch, but he just does what is required to be done. He is good with the ball, calm and composed at the back, and just gets the job done whenever called upon. He's a solid player, is still only 27, and looks set to serve Madrid for many, many years in the future. Last, I would like to take a moment and acknowledge Dani Carvajal's performance. Just like Casemiro, we didn't have any backup for Carvajal this season. He managed to stay fit, stacked up 31 appearances, and this season I was particularly impressed with him going forward. He has added an extra dimension to his game, looked much comfortable going forward and joining in attacks, and we still remember the way Madrid was struggling to break down Getafe, and we needed a brilliant run from Carvajal from the right flank, making a run into the penalty box, who was subsequently fouled and the penalty was converted by Ramos. It is good to see him grow as a player. He is sound defensively and definitely one of the best right backs in the world at the moment. Apart from these players, we also had the youngsters in our side chipping in with their contributions, and in the defense, Militao has taken care of his defensive duties whenever called upon, and now he has a big role to play in the upcoming match against Man City. Hopefully he can conjure a good performance in that big fixture as well. So those are my top performers of the season for Real. I would be very interested to know whom you thought were the top 5 players of the season. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I would be very happy to engage with you Madridistas. Now this is the last video of the series of videos analyzing the season as a whole. If you haven't seen them, I have attached the link in the description below. I am sure you will like those as well. Now we must look ahead to the big encounter against Man City. I will provide you more videos in the coming week building up for that crucial match. I hope you will join me in those videos as we discuss our prospects of going past Man City. Till then, stay safe, and as always, Hala Madrid!